us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are, put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Nigeria, the only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
We apologize. Challenges from our Lagos Network studios. We'll continue the news from our Abuja studios. The Civil Society Coalition on Education for All has challenged the incoming government to make the right to education a reality for all Nigerian children. Franca Uzoma Olwa reported that this was at the annual celebration of the Global Action Week campaign on education.
The global event every other
administration chief in the DG goal, IFR goals. We need to make sure that we put up strategies that will ensure that every child has access to quality education.
The organizations are also worried that the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria has increased due to insurgent attacks in the northeast.
The objective for education under the Sustainable Development Goal is very clear: relevant education to all. And that sits squarely within the context of the APC manifesto, which recognizes improving access.
The theme for this year's Global Action Week is Vote for Education. In Abuja, Franca Uzoma Olwa, NTA News.
Having some technical challenges, we'll now take a break. The news continues shortly. Don't go away.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
Together.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one.
We are still on to NTA program, and we are still bringing you Panorama, coming to you from Lagos Network Center. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has called on the incoming government of General Muhammadu Buhari to drastically reduce the high cost of running government for rapid social economic development of the country. This was contained in a communique read by the TUC president at the end of the National Executive Council meeting of the Union in Lagos. Ken Egbeluhe has the details.
The TUC National Executive Council in session stressed the need for the incoming government to cut down on political appointments. The president of TUC noted that a situation where lawmakers fix their own salaries and allowances must be discouraged and discontinued. The Congress also deliberated on the wages and payment of workers' salaries. They observed that the minimum wage of 18,000 naira has not been implemented in some states.
It is in the statutes that every 5 years, our national minimum wage is supposed to be reviewed upward. So we expect the governments and employers to quickly move into the process, facilitate the process of a kind of bringing up a new national minimum wage.
On the perennial scarcity of petroleum products being experienced in the country, the Congress enjoined the federal government to urgently address the lingering fuel situation as it negatively impacts on all segments of the nation's economy.
It calls on the government to immediately reconvene a stakeholders meeting to address the controversies with the marketers, with a view to urgently resolving the demand and supply deficit, while concrete steps should be taken on the issue of local refining to put a stop to the issue of importation of petroleum products and payment of subsidy.
Other issues discussed include insecurity, pension and gratuity of workers, the anti-corruption war, and the industrial crisis currently rocking the National Identity Management Commission. In Lagos, Ken Egbeluge, NTA News.
Muslims in the position of authority have been enjoined to uphold the Islamic tenets of equity, justice, and fair play with a view to fostering national cohesion and development. The Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Sa'ad Abubakar III, gave the advice at the inauguration ceremony of Muslim community in Lagos. Musa Toliat completes the report.
The Sultan of Sokoto and President General, Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, His Eminence Mohammed Sa'ad Abubakar III, says leadership is key to the development of any society. He pointed out that for any public office holder, especially a Muslim, to be successful in office, he must hold accountability in the highest esteem.
The leader is good. The followers automatically have a good leader and good. And therefore, the whole problem of development rests on good and honest leadership.
The Sultan thereafter inaugurated the members of the Muslim community of Lagos State.
Inauguration. I want to assure you all that we feel greatly humbled and greatly honored by your presence, not to talk of your donations.
Setting up this organization is not an organization which is set up in order to fight against any other organization, but to really build the Muslim community of Lagos State in their place so that they could speak in one voice and go very loud.
Scholars at the event also raised the need for members of the Muslim community to see themselves through their contributions to academic excellence in the society.
This is a clarion call that we should respond to the call of Allah and make sure that we rise to our responsibility in and contributing to the development of balanced education in our country.
A thoroughly educated person is, on top of creation. He's an asset to his community, asset to himself. And this religion, this Islam, is all about education. You can't be a good Muslim without being thoroughly educated.
Highlight of the event was the free medical checkups and consultation given to those who were present. In Lagos, Musa Tolia, NTA News.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA Southwest Zone, has embarked on public sensitization and awareness campaign on the possible implication of this year's rainfall patterns that may cause flash flooding if utmost cautions are not exercised. The agency's campaign focused on safety tips to ensure that people do not stay under makeshift structures and avoid sending children on errands when there are indications of possible rainfall. It is also advisable for motorists not to stay in their vehicles when they need to stop for the rains. The campaigns will take place around the flood-prone areas in Oyo, Ogun, and Lagos states. NEMA advised that people should avoid jumping into the roads immediately after rainfall. The agency warns that flash flooding is more destructive than normal flooding as it gathers within few minutes and the impact is apt to be destructive. And to speak more on this flash flood issue, I have with me the Southwest Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Onimode Bandele. You're welcome to Panorama.
Good afternoon.
Now, your agency has been warning Nigerians about this issue of flash flood. When you say flash flood, what exactly are you talking about here?
Flash flood is the unusual flood that occurs with sudden onset of rainfall. And the rain will not come with the usual signs of cloud, lightning, and thunder, but rather it suddenly gathers and within few minutes start dropping. And the volume of water that is collectible within a short period is very high. Okay. That is why we call it flash flood. Meanwhile, in the other flood, it could come with torrential rain, but over a long period of time. That's the difference.
Okay, it's like the rain pattern this year. It's like it is a bit delayed, because by now we're supposed to have been experiencing heavy rainfalls and all that. What exactly is happening? What does it portend for us?
With what NIMET has revealed in their 2015 seasonal rainfall prediction, that the rain is coming late does not mean we will not have the same volume of rain we used to have. Some,
really?
Yeah, we'll still have normal rain in some places, some will be delayed, and some could be less.
But the quantity will be the same?
Yeah, quantity of water is expectedly going to be the same. Okay. So, if it's not coming yet, it does not mean we will not have it.
Okay, how prepared are you for this flash flood issue? How prepared your agency?
Part of our preparation is what we have started, educating the public, sensitizing the citizenry on what they should do to avoid flooding, and the tips on what they should do in case the flood do occur. Apart from that, the agency too is in position of stockpiling our relief material and getting to talk to state emergency management agencies to identify higher grounds to which affected community could be evacuated in case we do have flood in such communities. So those are part of our preparation.
So what exactly are you advising the public to do, in the event of this flash flood? Just like you said, you're advising the public what they should do. What exactly should they do?
Well, first of all, we should heed alerts. Okay. That is when we see the signs. It could be on radio, it could be on television. People should watch out for it. And when they see rainfall with sudden occurrence, people should stay where they are, look at the pattern of the volume of water, and where it is high, people should stay at higher ground so that they don't go into such running water. Okay. For motorists, like we said, please don't attempt to want to cross very fast, because you might not be able to determine the volume of water that is coming. And for school proprietors, we advise that once rain like that starts, they should please keep these children within the school premises and ensure that the volume of water recedes to an appreciable level before releasing these kids to go home. Generally to the public, please keep our drains clean. Don't dump your refuse indiscriminately, because when water comes, it will naturally find its way. And if you block its natural path, it will find its way to either your office, your homes, or your square.
Those living in the riverine area, what can they do? Because they are going to suffer most.
I wouldn't want to agree with you that they suffer most, because some of these people who live in riverine area has idea of when to evacuate where they live, because with increased volume of water, they go upland. We advise them to, we still appeal to them that once the water recedes, they can come back to their normal activity downstream.
Okay, let's just in 2 or 3 seconds, let's look at other security challenges that we are facing right now, especially those internally displaced people. What is NEMA doing?
We must give credit to the federal government of Nigeria. That so much has been expended on this internal security thing. Right now, NEMA is receiving returnees from neighboring Niger. The Director General of the agency, Alhaji Mohammed Sani Sidi, has deployed substantial number of our staff to go to the field, receive these returnees, adequately cater for them, not forgetting the contribution of other sister agencies and our stakeholders, including United Nations, who are experts in their own field, like UNICEF, on things like nutrition. All hands are on deck to ensure that everybody returns to their home in good time.
In good time. Thank you very much, Dr. Bandele, for coming on Panorama.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we now move on to sports. The Super Falcons prepare for a journey to Canada as Max Air are champions of Unity Polo tournaments. Amanzi Marcos has more on sports update.